Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a vegan lentil stew. Let's get into the ingredients. I'm going to start off with a pumpkin, with some celery, with some nice carrots, some potatoes, lentils, some sweet potato. I have a lot and actually a shit ton of these small tomatoes, but if you don't have these small ones, don't worry, I just got them because they were a great deal. But you can just buy like 3 or 4 bigger ones. Then the onions, 1 pepper, some garlic, bay leaf, some cloves. And then I'm gonna use some balsamic vinegar and some olive oil. And of course some salt and pepper in there. Let's get on to cooking. I'm first gonna start by chopping up some onions. I have some flying onions around. I'm putting in 3 onions today. Once the onions are cut, get a big pan, put on the fire, put in some olive oil, scoop in your onions, get your garlic, clove of 3 to 4. In the meantime, close the lid on your pan, also add in some salt, and then put it onto a medium heat to let it caramelize. Now roughly chop your garlic and put it to the side for now. I like to start with the carrots. Once you're done cutting with the carrots, already add them into your pan. Get your sweet potato and get a nice peeler. I generally love getting these sweet potatoes from the market. I can get them at quite a cheap price, I think, like around €2 for like half a kilo. So typically I buy them every week and then get them for €2 and always use them in some type of dish. Typically love them in every type of stew. I like to peel them for some better texture. It's a bit more work, but I think especially for these sweet potatoes it's worth it. And in general I like to make this stew when I have a day off, like today. I can make it early and then just let it sit on a low flame, or even just turn it off at some point, maybe after 2 hours. And then the flavors have a nice long time to combine and become one, which I really like. At this point in time you can add the previously cut garlic, and then also add in the sweet potato. I like to chop up this small pepper and also add it in there. Now put the heat a bit more high and get ready with your balsamic vinegar, along with some extra olive oil. Now onto the celery. Today I'm going to do about 4 celery sticks in there. And of course I'm going to clean them first. Remove the roots and cut into strips. And also add it into the pot. Now get your potatoes in here. And for this dish I also like to peel the potatoes a little bit. Again, same case for the sweet potatoes for a better texture. Peeling has never really been my stick, so I'm not very good at it, as you can see. I know some grandmothers that showed me how you can do it and they're very quick and very good, but me, not so much. Now cut the potatoes into cubes. Now again, also add this into your stew. Get your pumpkin in there and start peeling him up. Don't forget to get his butt peeled too. He's getting a little bit sweaty from all the cutting. Once you're happy with your cleaning job, get into the cutting. Like Whew. We're almost done with all the cutting. One thing left, and that's the tomatoes. Let's cut up the tomatoes, and because these are small ones, I just cut them into fours and then down the middle. We cut up all the tomatoes. Let's add them into our pan. And also add in the bay leaf and the cloves. I'm adding in 4 cloves and 2 bay leaves. Because there's no meat in here, so I like to add quite a bit of olive oil to get still a rich and oily stew. Then I'm gonna add some extra salt. Now onto the lentils. Try to not make too much of a mess by dropping stuff. Now I like to add in quite a bit of pepper too. Once you're happy with your amount of pepper, only thing left to do is get in some water. I like to just see the water level like this. Let me show you where it like barely peaks above, because we're gonna put on the lid. It will be completely fine. So now put on the lid and then put it a bit higher. And once it starts boiling, put it down, and then, as I said, let it cook for maybe 2 hours, and then the rest of the time you can just let it sit and then warm up for your dinner. All right. Well guys, welcome back. It has been 2 hours since the last recording, so let me show you how the stew is looking right now. This is how the stew is doing. Very nice and cooked down. Now I generally like to get it a bit more thick, so it's more like a stew. So I usually take a part out of the stew, make sure there's no bay leaves or cloves in there, and then I put it into a container like this, and then I get my submergent blender and create a thick paste, while also adding some maizena in there with some water to thicken it, and then letting it boil a bit. I have the maizena ready. Now I like to add a little bit of the stew in there. Make sure there's no bay leaf or cloves in there. Once you put that in, get your immersion blender. Then add this back in and let it boil for another 5 minutes so the maizena can thicken the stew. After those 5 minutes, the stew should be looking like this. A nice, thick, tasty mess. Now for some dangerous plating. I like to add a splash of olive oil in there. And some parsley, or in this case some coriander for color. You get yourself a beautiful looking stew.